There we go. Got it, we're rolling. Let's get started. So just a little bit about me. I've been doing breathwork and meditation for the past 10 years. I love it. You know, I want to come to you very transparently. I am not a professional. I do this because I have gained a lot of benefit and I have learned a lot of things and I am sharing something that has lit up my life. So that's where I'm coming at. That's the energy that this exchange between friends, you know, I need you to take care of yourself. If it starts to feel too intense, feel free to back off. This is about you and really diving into what you need. And I'm going to push you. And as we work into the breath, you know, there are moments when it gets intense. Especially if you're doing it right, it'll get intense. So just being present for that, being available for yourself. If you need to move, you need to shift. Sometimes you start sitting up and then you lie down. There's no right way to do it. The most important thing is you stick with the breath and that you take care of yourself, okay? I love you. I want you to be safe. So, with that as a beginning, also, if you have had, if you have a history of epilepsy or seizures, or if you are pregnant, you know, make sure to be kind to yourself. We're going to be far more active today. Always talk to your doctor before you start something new, but just wanted to put that out there, okay? I love you guys and I want you to be safe. So with that being said, we're going to move into the theme of the day. So if you've been a part of this program, we have gone through the 7 Hermetic Principles, which is how reality is constructed. It's an idea of how reality is constructed. And in training and aligning ourselves to the frequency of abundance, I have gone and shown the light of abundance through the filters of these different principles. Now that sounds like a lot. just stick with me for a second. So, the beginning, we talked about mentalism, how, you know, abundance is a mental construct. It is an energy that can be embodied and it starts from within you. Then we went on to correspondence, talking about how your inner energy and your outer energy are reflections of each other. So if you're seeing scarcity in the outside world, it's a reflection of an inner level of scarcity. And the more we can build up that feeling of abundance, the more that we will see it reflected back at us. Keeping in mind that the energy of abundance and the energy of scarcity are 2 different energies. They actually cancel each other out. So in order for you to feel more abundance, that abundance has to grow and start to erode those feelings of scarcity that you've had. And sometimes that can be uncomfortable for people. That's okay. It's a part of the process. Be kind to yourself. We'll work through it together, okay? Um, Then we moved on to vibration, stating that everything has a frequency. So abundance has a frequency. There is an energy, there is a way the body feels in abundance. And that energy is something that we can create, that we can vibe at. It also speaks to the fact that abundance is a verb. Abundance moves things, you know. Abundant is how you express in the world, as opposed to expressing in this level of scarcity. So that's vibration. We talked about polarity, and that's really understanding and diving into abundance and scarcity and understanding that scale. That's really an indicator of the degree to which you are allowing the world in, not the world, but allowing energy in. It's an exchange. Scarcity is an energy that pushes away because we live in an abundant existence. In order to not feel abundant, you have to push away the opportunities to appreciate every sign of abundance in your life. It's an energy that pushes away from you. You know, because there are a billion things you could be grateful for right now if you chose to pay attention to it. You know, you're breathing, you have time to sit and do this. Like, you have time, you probably have a house, you have a room, you probably have clothes, maybe a car. Like, there are things that are expressions of abundance. And being in scarcity is to ignore all that, to focus on the one thing that's not going the way you want it to, you know. So that's an idea. So today we're talking about cause and effect. All of that leads you to, oh, and then we talked about rhythm, going back and forth. Now it's cause and effect. The beauty of cause and effect is you can choose to be a cause for abundance. Choosing abundance in a moment where abundance is lacking creates and manifests more abundance. That being a cause, you're going to be a reason someone chooses love over fear. That's an abundant act. Every time you do it, every time someone comes at you with a negative energy or your significant other is making you feel some type of way, to breathe deeply into that moment and choose to express as love is you acting as a cause, as the action of abundance. Because even though you're coming at me with less love than I deserve, I have plenty. And I'm fully happy to pour myself into your cup so that you can be full too. cause instead of being affected by the world, you know? Well, and it's also just such a helpful thing because when you get to be in that cause place, the world is something that happens for you, not to you or at you. If the world's happening to you, you're being an effect of the things that are happening. If the world's happening at you, you're playing the victim. And oh, woe is me because X, Y, Z. So I invite you to take your power back. If you really want to embody your world, as soon as you realize you can create your reality, that means you become in control of your reality. And that information can be terribly uncomfortable for people that don't want to own up to what they could do to shift their reality. They're more comfortable sitting in how unfortunate and justified they feel by being XYZ. So that's my thought for the day. Thank you. That's how cause and express and abundance can work together, is to be in the action of that. That was a lot. Thank you for those of you who were able to stay with me. I appreciate it. So now we're going to move into some breath work. Today we're going to do the breath work a little bit differently. So I was doing it to music, so you saw how that feels to kind of give it a beat and really go into it that way. Today we're going to do the breathing, and we're going to do it without music. Okay, so wherever you are in your space, I will be breathing with you, so you'll be able to hear a cadence, find your own. I start you with an in, out. So we're gonna go belly, chest, out, and it kind of becomes a, you'll hear it, you'll start to feel it, okay? This is gonna be a very activating breath. So again, please take care of yourself in this process, sit or lie down. I invite you to close your eyes as we start. I invite you to this process. There's some beautiful things that you can do chemically. There's some beautiful things that you can do physiologically to your body if you just stick with your breath. And this is all backed by science, So all we're gonna do is breathe. And no matter what happens, whatever feelings come up, whatever, we're just gonna let it be. There's nothing to do. That's the meditation. That's the returning your focus. All there is to do is to return to your breath. In, out. In, out. And it must be said that none of this should cause tension. There should not be any pain. If something's hurting, I need you to stop and take care of yourself. Okay, I can't repeat this enough. Okay, it should be very natural and just go with your flow and feel with your body. And if you feel the need to move, do your best to stay in it, okay? We're gonna do it together. So with that, quiet this music. And we're gonna go for 2 minutes. And then we're gonna take a deep breath in, let it all go with no air in the lungs. We're gonna hold for 1 minute. Okay, we can do this, I promise. Then we're gonna take a recovery breath of 15 seconds, and we're gonna go again, okay? Here we go. So remember, it's gonna start in your belly, and feel your belly rise, go. Real gentle. Open them up. You got it. Stick with it. Doing great. Keep it up. Halfway there. Speed it up. Full in. "30 seconds. You got it. "15. Last one, fully in. Hold it for a second. And let it go. We're gonna hold for 1 minute with no air in the lungs. You can do this, okay? Fully in, all the way. Drop your chin, drop your shoulders, pull your belly up and in. Release into the tension, just kind of sit with it. Very good, round 2, keep it up. How was that? Here we go, fully in, ready? Start slow. Big circle. Keep it up. Doing great. All the way to the top. Doing great. Hello. Doing good. If you need to transition to your mouth, you can. Big circle. Speed it up. You got it. For 10 seconds. All the way in. Go drop into it. Find your stillness and let it go. Relax with no air in the lungs. You can do this, I promise. Just be aware. There's nothing to do. Just feel. Drop your chin, drop your shoulders. Any tension, any tightness that you feel, relax into it. It doesn't require anything of you. It's just a feeling. Take a deep breath in, all the way, fill your body, belly, chest. Hold at the top, drop your chin, drop your shoulders, pull your belly down, belly up and in. Some people pump their belly, you can do that. You can tighten that muscle whenever you need to pee and you squeeze it, you tighten that muscle. And let it go. Okay, very last round, okay, all together. Here we go, deep breath in. Start slow. You got this. Stick with it. Fully in. Speed it up. You can do it. You're dumping CO2. Expand. Sometimes use a sound. Ooh, 45 seconds. Belly, chest out. You got it. Stick with it. Four seconds. All the way in. Fill your lungs with air. Pull that belly up and in. And you're gonna let go with no air in the lungs. Let it all go. Sit up straight. Relax. There's nothing to do. Just feel. Your body is capable of so many things. You're gonna be fine. You've done this before. You'll do it again. Just sit in it. And relax. If there's any tension, release it. Let it go. Any emotion comes up, let it pass through you. Deep breath in, fill your lungs there. Drop your chin, drop your shoulders, pull your belly up and in. Tighten that muscle that you use when you need to stop urinating. That muscle, tighten that. Let it all go to your head. Ooh, let it go. Ooh, very good. This is an intro to deep breathing. If you've done this properly, you put your body through something, and you be kind to yourself. For everyone who is just here for the breathing, the deep breathing is done, and we're going to move into a bit of meditation. So feel free to join us, but just so you know, that's the breathing. Be kind to yourself. You know, in this breathing, or in this meditation process, we bring up things. It's very important to honor your emotions. Just feel them, let them pass. Be kind to yourself, be loving. You know, run a warm bath, wrap up in a blanket. You know, keep that feeling with you. But we're gonna go into a bit of meditation, okay? To start this meditation, we're gonna do a little bit of box breathing. Box breathing is much slower, and it's more about the control. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts. We're going to hold that for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. And hold it. Now this we're going to do to a sound to kind of give you a little bit of a rhythm to work with. I upload these videos to YouTube, and I also attach my Spotify playlist. So if you like any of the songs that you hear, you can go and listen to them. I want to make this all available, okay? Good job, good job. Thank you for showing up, okay? So here's the box breathing. We're gonna start with the music. We're gonna all do it together, really softly. In, hold, out, hold. Real gentle, real soft. Slowly in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, really release, relax into the hold. Let it go. keep that up, okay? Hold. Really relax. Release. Hold. Maintain that circle. You can do this. Fully in. Hold. Hold. Keep it up. In. 2, 3. Taking all that air. Stretch. And hold. Let it go. Hold. Perfect. Keep it up. In. Let it go. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Let it go. Hold it. Fully in. Here we go. Fully in. Hold. Perfect. You're doing great. Feel free to make an audible, like, buzz. Hold. Fully in. All the way to the top. Keep going. Hold. Release. Drop into it. Relax your jaw, relax any of that tension. Hold. Scan your body. If there's any tension, just breathe the air into that spot. Fully in. And hold. Find the stillness in all this. Hold. Feel free to continue in that pattern. We're going to go into the guided meditation aspect of this. Today we're pulling from it's the 6th principle of the 40-day prosperity plan. And this is the meditation. Okay. My inner supply instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires. And as the principle of supply in action, it is impossible for me to have any unfulfilled needs or desires. Let's do it again. My inner supply instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires. And as the principle of supply in action, it is impossible for me to have any unfulfilled needs or desires. Yesterday we talked about your inner supply, that inner fire. For a moment, if you want to join me, I invite you to take your awareness to the center of your chest, that center of your being. In your mind's eye, I want you to see a light. And it's a private light. It's your sacred light. It can be whatever you want. Some people see stars, some people see orbs. I like to see a campfire. It's whatever you want, but it is a light. A little soft glow that just kind of exists in your center. That's your inner supply. That energy, something in meditations that I'll have you sit next to and really warm yourself by your fire and feel that energy and, bask in. It's really fun. But for the purposes of this, I want you to imagine that fire and that flame, that diamond, whatever it is, instantly and constantly shifts taking on form and experience. A lot of people want to manifest things, cars, vacations, objects. Form and experience. A far more powerful way to manifest, in my opinion, is an experience. To pull an experience, an energy towards you, like the energy of abundance. To be in that frequency, to allow yourself to manifest abundantly as a choice, is an experience that you can call to you. The light can manifest as abundance according to your needs and your desires. How often do we confuse the two? Both play a part in calling things to you. What you desire is very powerful, and you can pull things to you that are not for your highest good if you desire them strong enough. Remember that. So focusing on your needs. There's a level of self-awareness you can get to where instead of the world happening to you and at you, it happens for you. You know, then you see your needs being met even in uncomfortable situations that you would have otherwise not desired. So understanding that, aligning your needs and your desires and your manifesting potential goes through the roof. It's incredible. So as the principle of supply in action, you know, whatever it is that you want to manifest, you know, whatever it is that you believe about the universe and God and like higher forms of dimensional energy, whatever that is, wherever you're at on this journey, can we just agree that there is an energy, there is a life force, whatever you want to call it, you know, we are this hologram that is projecting an image for us. There is an energy that runs it, that runs through everything. You know, I like to think of it with the metaphor that we are brain cells in the mind of God. Like God, we are the direct impact. We are the reflection, the action of the mind of God, thinking about what it would be like to be us, to have this experience, to have you experiencing your reality right now with everything that you think could improve. You know, it's the mind of God trying to figure out how to be better, how to improve, how to fix things. And as we support each other, we're supporting God in his aim to make this the best reality that we can. It's possible, you know. And so, as brain cells in the mind of God, we are made in its image, and we have the same energy to create that created us. And when you go into those internal worlds and you create these realities, these experiences of spirit or whatever, you know, those metaphors are powerful, and they also tap into an emotion that can inform the way you manifest. And then you're not manifesting from fear. Fear is a weak battery. It can manifest things, but it takes so much out of you. It's such a struggle. Whereas love is it can't help but pour itself into other things, because that's the whole point, is to let that in, you know. Welcome. So, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move into a period of stillness. So, if you've taken a second to watch this, feel free to go back to your inner orbit, close your eyes. This is about you and I right now in this time. We're gonna co-create a moment. I'm here to hold space, to just take care of the time, and I'll call you back when it's done. I'm gonna set you off. I'm gonna let you into that space. What do you find? You know, and if you want a place to start, I always recommend find that inner light, that symbol, that imagery, whatever you want it to be, and just play with it. Let it roll around in your mind, make that brighter, you know, feel its warmth, you know, derive from it an energy, and play in that and see if you can develop that. That one's fun. So do as you wish. The time is yours. We're gonna go for 5 minutes. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna start this song over because I like it. Promises in the palm of our hands are confirmed by the winds. Draw
Lost in the desert looking for oasis. Space bliss takes our mind to a genesis. Exodus to the space, no nemesis. Fly into the sun like young Icarus. Born to the dust, rise like a phoenix does. To our gates, yeah, the kingdom so glorious. Marching forward into love like a warrior does. Return to the one and become victorious. Illuminate the mind, draw the mind back. Illuminate the mind, gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the mind, draw the mind back. It's hidden in this moment, very right where we're at. It's not found on the map, gotta draw the mind back. Pull out of the trap, move back, retract, make direct contact. It's hidden in this moment, very right where you at. Lost in the streets, land caught up in this game plan. Trying to find my way back to the train station. Looking outside, but it's not a basement, it's a state of mind. Graceland. Illuminate the path, gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. It's hidden in this moment, very right where you're at.
Good job, good job. Gently bring you back. Unless you're enjoying where you are and you want to stay in that place and float some more, please. By all means, trust your intuition, live your best life. Yeah. How did that feel? You know, feel free if you feel like reaching out and expressing something, you can do that. If you feel like staying silent and just kind of keeping this moment really private, I highly encourage that too. The reason why we go for 5 minutes in that period of stillness is because it takes 2 minutes for your nervous system to relax, and then you kind of can really sink into it, and then it just becomes this very meditative place. Good, 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 good. Thank you. That's my session. I'm going to be sticking around for longer to answer questions and just like chat with you guys. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm so sorry. Yeah, right? Uh, um, we have to move into journaling real quick. So if you have that pen and paper, let's slowly pull ourselves back to our body. Um, if you feel so inclined, again, stay in that place as long as you want. If you have the time and the availability to kind of drift off, it's great to do this right before bed or whatnot. Um, I encourage all of it. If you want to grab that pen and paper, we're going to move to journaling real quick, and I have 3 questions. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you for all the good energy. 3 questions. The first question is, what was the most beneficial thing you experienced during the session? I always like you to come to these sessions with a clear intention. Was that intention met? Were you able to do it? And what was your favorite thing that you experienced? Some people love the hold, some people love how it feels when they breathe, some people like the meditating and the talking and all that jazz. Some people just like the stillness. So whatever it is for you, and I highly recommend writing it down, pen to paper. There is a manifesting truth that when you take a mental construct and instantly, even if it's just writing it down, you are putting it in the physical world, and that action does call the mental, the spiritual into the physical, and so it does a crazy. I highly recommend writing this down. First question's your favorite thing. The second question, yay, yay, I love that. The second question is, where did you meet resistance? What aspect of the whole session did you find you were the most resistant to? Because we need to start being aware of our resistance and start treating them like lighthouses and not shipwrecks. Just because you meet a resistance doesn't mean that the ship is sinking. It just means, oh, that's an indicator. So this is something that is important to me. This is where I'm going to erode a sense of scarcity. This is where I'm going to let in a greater level of love than I had before, whatever that may be. So where did you meet your resistance? And number 3, the last question, is how can you see what you learned manifested in your life? So you take this, you clear some emotional stuff. How is it going to help you? And the more in depth and the more in your truth you can get with that answer, I can utilize this information to be more present with my significant other. I can use this information to be more patient with my mom. Whatever it is, whatever your truth is, shine as bright as you can, but find it. And really, the more you can visualize, and like I can imagine going to work tomorrow, and when so and so says this, I could breathe and relax and not react. Something like that, something kind of fun. You can manifest that way. So I want to gift you with that. So we did the journaling. Your homework, as always, is to manifest abundantly, to choose abundance over scarcity. And I'm not saying to be frivolous. I'm not saying to spend all your money and just like, you have responsibilities. There are things that are important to you. You don't have, abundance is not just about money. Abundance is about your time and your life. How are you going to spend it? How are you going to direct your energy, your native flow, your light? How is it going to express in the world? Being in abundance is, again, when someone comes at you and they're in a deficit. They are in need of love and they don't know how to express it, and they come at you in all the wrong ways, and they're just a cry for help and they don't even know. Abundance is having enough love to pour love into that person and accepting them exactly as they are without needing them to change at all. I don't need you to be different. I have my boundaries, and I know who I am, what I am, and how I serve, and I can maintain that. So you're never going to tell me anything about myself that is going to surprise me or make me feel worse or in any way negative, because I know the light and the frequency at which I'm shining. There's power in that. It's a power that I want to gift you. And it is a decision away. I gift you by giving you permission to see yourself that way. Another one of the things that has come up in a few videos is people talking about self-worth and not feeling worthy of love. Mm. Yay, thank you for showing up. I'm going to be doing a video. I'll do a live session that I'm going to record, and it's going to be about a very empowering activity that I like to call the room. It's something I couldn't tell you where I learned it or how it came to be. It just over the course of my spiritual journey, I've had this meditation on repeat, and it has done the most incredible things for my life. And it's about how to find a level of love and self-acceptance when those things haven't been taught you and they haven't really been made readily available as options. I found that this activity can really light that up. So that's a little preview, a little teaser. It'll definitely be posted to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna make. I'm kind of waiting until I feel called, until it's coming. I feel it. That's why I'm sharing it with you today. And as soon as I feel really called and the people are ready for it, we're gonna do that meditation. And that meditation, it'll light you up inside. You'll be shining like a light bulb. So, during the meditation, I do share my Spotify playlist, my YouTube videos, so you can see all of my music there. That one is called I Am, and it's the Krishan Liquid Mix, Krishan. I Am. So again, that is the session. Thank you guys for joining in. I'm gonna pause this other video. So thank you. I love you. Talk to you guys later.